Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you another brief update. This is the rare 1933 Ford pickup truck. In an earlier video we shared with you where we had it on the hoist. We were doing a visual inspection underneath. We had pulled the front drums off and we were making notes of all of the items or parts that we're going to require to order in terms of replacement, because we have some suspension and steering components that are worn beyond, so we'll have to replace some of those parts. In the meantime, we're going to be doing a compression test on the engine, and I think we didn't show it in the earlier video. We didn't share anything in the engine compartment. There's some nice things that I like to see, and this is one of them right here, is the actual serial number that's stamped into the frame. And this serial number matches the serial number on the ownership of the vehicle. So we know that this frame, the cab, and so far all the components we've checked out is all true numbers matching. So that's a really nice thing to see, especially for a 1933 Ford truck. So what we've been doing, obviously you can see it's dismantled quite a bit more. We're getting ready to sandblast or media blast a lot of the parts. So we had the front bumper and the bumper brackets. The bumper brackets were bare metal, so we wanted to make sure that we get them off and sandblasted. So we removed the front bumper and brackets, we removed the front fenders, the headlights, the bar that goes across to hold the headlights and the horn. We removed the box. We basically took the whole bed assembly apart. I'll share with that when we come to the other side. So we removed the front fenders, the running boards, the running board brackets, and also the rear drums. So as we come along this side, along the front, we'll still be doing some more dismantling, but we're going to do a compression test on the engine and do a further assessment on the electrical panel or electrical parts. And then you can see it's a little bit dusty in here still, but you can see whoever put this kind of pre-assembled the truck, they didn't do a very nice job, to be blunt. All of this metal is untreated. You can see it's all bare steel and rust along the top. The frame here, you can see where the mount is, it's all surface rust. Someone sprayed some flat black over top to hide it. And then we have some primer here with all the rust underneath where the bumper brackets were incorrectly mounted. So to be kind of to be totally upfront, really don't like the look of any of this. Most of it's just surface rust. It's never been sandblasted or cleaned or degreased properly. So we've got surface rust. Someone's just gone along with an aerosol can with some black paint and just tried to spray over top to kind of hold the rust in to make it look like it's a nice truck. But don't get me wrong, it's an excellent, the bones and the structure of this are very, very nice. It just needs the proper detail. So we're going to be removing all of these components. We're going to sandblast them. We're going to treat them properly down to bare metal, and then we'll paint them with a two-part epoxy to seal the steel, and then we'll top coat it with a nice automotive black paint. So you can see on the sides we have obviously the running boards are off, and then I mentioned earlier our hoist is kind of in the way here. We removed the bed assembly. So we have this is our frame here. We're just getting ready and we're sorting all the parts. We're waiting for a nice weather day outside because we're going to do a lot of sandblasting or media blasting. So we have the main structure of the frame. You can see where we had to drill some of the original pop rivets out, or the steel rivets I should say. So we've grounded them off, and there was some welds previously that were done incorrectly. So we removed all of those, and we have the whole frame assembly. You can see down here there's some rod out here in the frame, and also along these front rails where the strips sit. So rather than guessing on how much work it's going to be, we've got this all ready for sandblasting. So once we media blast the complete bed assembly of the box, then we can make the appropriate repairs. It'll be a pretty simple repair for that. And then we have these two bed sides are just kind of stacked here for now, and we're going to prepare those and get them ready for sandblasting once we make a template of the important lettering that we're going to replicate later on. Then you see our back of our frame. So you can see once again the gas tank in the back. It's really neat to see this. You got a little piece of foam just kind of sitting on here, but the original tag, which shows us that someone's repaired this tank, and it has the name of the radiator specialist in Ontario, and it even gives a number, a tag. So at one point this gas tank was rebuilt or redone and lined, and then this gives us a little bit of history, which is quite nice to see. You can see there's been some repair work done in different areas, so we're going to tidy this up. It'll be removed. The frame looks to be structurally strong but very rusty, and then we have this paint over top of paint, and you can see this red. This is the red oxide primer. That's been used many years ago, and what we found in our experience, just basically my opinion, is when we sandblast these frames to bare metal, when we apply a black two-part epoxy, the epoxy bonds better to the steel, and you don't get this peeling effect and this discoloration. You certainly don't get the flaking, and there's a lot of flaking just because of the difference between cleaning it properly or sandblasting it to bare metal, and that's what we'll be doing with this frame. This truck deserves to be done basically every nut and every bolt. So it's a lot of progress here with the bed assembly off. We're going to do a little more mechanical inspection on it. We're going to make some notes on some wiring that we're going to have to order, and then some components with braking and steering, and then we'll continue to disassemble because we're going to get ready to put this frame on a rotisserie, and we're going to do the frame, suspension, everything is going to be done properly, bare metal, and start over. So it's a 1933 Ford pickup truck, and I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.